Mumbai or Delhi investment or end use, time to buy property or sell it? If you have a question about buying or selling property across the country, you've tuned into the right show. Hello and welcome. You're watching Property Hotline with me, Kavita Krishnan, on Magicbricks Now. Our expert in the studio today is Jayashree Kurup. Jayashree is the head of content and research at magicbricks.com, and today she joins me in Mumbai. Jayashree, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Kavita.
Let's get started with an email query. Sushila Narasimhan has written in, and she says that she's a 74-year-old retired professor and is interested in senior living apartments in Delhi NCR. Now, she stays at present where she says there are hardly any functional facilities, but she does know about the Golden Estate in Faridabad. She wants to know if Silverglades Melia, the first citizen, that's the name of the project, whether that is a safe investment bet. Now, this is a section of the real estate market which is still in its infancy, right? I mean, you don't have too many projects, but there are a couple that are coming into the market.
Actually, Sushila, I think you've mixed up two things. One, you're saying the Faridabad property. The Faridabad property is, again, you know, there are limited services. What I do think, like Kavita said, it's a market in its infancy. And Melia by the Silverglades is one project where it is, I think it's about 14-15 acre project where one part of the project has been assigned to senior living. They have also tied up, I think, with the international senior living partner, if you give me a minute, with Age Ventures India. And it is Age Ventures India is the non-profit organization that has been set up. Now, what is senior living? You need all facilities like handrails, safety features, guiding paths and so on. These are things that come built in, and it is managed along with the rest of the township. I think Melia is a great project to invest in, and Silverglades, with its past track record, is a developer who builds small niche projects and delivers on time.
Yeah, it is a niche segment and there isn't too much information about it as well that's available. How does this really work as an investment product? Because obviously, I mean, you wouldn't want to buy this when you are getting into retirement. To my mind, a lot of people, you know, in their late 40s, in their early 50s would look to actually set aside some money and invest in a property like this. So say it gets delivered in a year or two and you have another 10 years to go to retirement. Is it possible to rent out these properties, and is there sufficient demand for something like this in the market?
There is a lot of demand for this, Kavita, especially in large cities like Gurgaon, Delhi and so on, where you know that people are aging there, and it is like giving you premium quality lifestyle with senior living benefits. And if you buy, I think they allow you to buy if you're 55 and above. So it takes about 4 to 5 years. The project is just launched, so 4 to 5 years. We're expecting that by the time you're 60, you may be wanting to use it. But they do assist you in setting up, giving it on rent, so that by the time, if you don't want to live in senior living by the time you're 60, they allow you to lease it out till you are ready to move in there. And it's a good thing, and you should go with developers who have actually done their research. There are two developers who've done a lot of research on this. One is Ashiana, which is the pioneer in senior living in the NCR, and Silverglades has tied up with a very large venture as well.
Also, you know, what about the cost factor over here? Are these typically, you said they are premium, so so I would assume that these cost quite a bit. Also, very quickly, what do people need to keep in mind? Because if you are getting a lot of facilities, I'm sure they would have to pay hefty maintenance as well. So what do you need to factor in before you sign on the dotted line for projects like this?
One, for senior living, I don't think you should be looking for very large apartments. 1 BHK, 2 BHK is actually what you need. Some of these senior living people, they encourage you to probably look for other facilities. If your children come visiting and so on, they have a few rooms which they lease out for others. They would rather that the senior citizens lived there and not large families. The other thing is that there is a lot of community that happens there, and it's not, though I say premium living, it's not affordable, but it is not unaffordable either. It is normally in the mid ranges, probably 40 lakhs to about 80, 90 lakhs, sometimes 1 to 1.2 crore, depending on the city that you're in. But it's not unaffordable.
And what about the maintenance? Very quickly.
Maintenance would be a little higher than regular maintenance, but I think that is something they take as a sink fund so that your regular maintenance that you pay monthly doesn't go beyond your budget. It goes with your premium installments.
Okay, from senior living, let's move on. We are looking, our next question comes on Facebook from Neha. Now, Neha wants to buy a 2 BHK in Noida. Her budget is 40 lakh rupees. She works in Sector 18 Noida. She wants to know if Supertech Eco City at Sector 137 is a good bet. She also wants suggestions of properties with good appreciation. She's looking for properties near the metro with greenery around if possible. This is for end use. So Neha is looking for everything.
Yes. Neha, you can't be an end user and also looking for appreciation. If you're looking for end use, look for those features that make it livable and make it possible for you to live there comfortably. Working in Sector 18 and buying in Sector 137 is not a bad idea because you're in the same vicinity and your travel time is reduced. The second thing is look into township projects. You're looking at Supertech Eco City. Go check the project out because across the Noida market, projects have been delayed. This is a project that has been delayed earlier. You can get a 2 BHK of about 1,000 to about 1,200, 1,300 square feet, and you should be able, but it is still yet to be delivered. If I'm not mistaken, it is about a year from now, you should be getting your delivery. But do check, are the cranes moving on the site? If the cranes are moving, on the in the blocks that you are looking for, only then buy because there have been a huge amount of delays in this market.
Huge amount of delays, and like Jayashree said, ensure that you visit the construction site at least 2 or 3 times at different times of the day before you actually go ahead and sign on the dotted line to buy that particular flat. Email query next. Sandeep Kumar says that he invested in a 2 BHK flat in Earth Town project by Earth Infrastructure in August 2012. Now, he's already paid 30% under a construction-linked program. He's begun doubting the possession date by this developer. He wants to know whether he should stay invested in this project or should he exit. Now, he doesn't say whether he's actually reached out to the developer, which is probably the first thing that he should be doing here. What do you say? What are you hearing about this particular project?
All projects in Noida are delayed. That's the ground rule. The second is go talk to your developer, and I think developers are willing and able to talk to the consumers. Today they are interested in talking and finding a amicable solution because you know that RERA is coming in and all developers are interested. Check out with your own developer. If you think that they are dilly-dallying and not giving, and if you can find a buyer for your project, exit the project if you don't want to hold on for too long. Because remember that you've paid 30% and you'll have to make your onward payments next. So it's a good idea for you to check out and then buy. As of now, all projects in Noida are delayed.
You know, and Sandeep has done a very smart thing by going in for a construction-linked payment scheme, because he's only paying as much as the building structure has actually been made, which means 30% is what is probably completed over here. Do you think in a market like Noida currently, where, like you yourself said, you know, most of the projects are delayed, this is the safest scheme for home buyers to get into? I mean, safest of course is buying a ready possession property, but if you can't afford one and if you end up buying under construction, is this a safe way to buy it?
If you have taken a construction linked plan, that's fine. But if you've taken a subvention scheme, that means that the developer has got the money on your behalf, and you know it is your credit history that will get spoiled if the developer delays. So if it is something where you've told the developer that I'll pay as you build, then if the developer is not asking you for more money, I would say hold on to the project, pay as the construction goes on. Unless you're looking for end use, and in which case exit the project and buy something that is ready to move in.
So Sandeep, if you're looking for end use, if you have a buyer, exit. That's the best thing you can do given the circumstances. And once you exit, do make sure you buy into a ready possession property so that you don't have to wait too long to actually move into that house. Nawaz Sarfaraz Ahmed from Mumbai has called in. How can we help you?
Yeah, hi, good evening. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Well, my question is, I'm looking for a 2 BHK ready-to-move-in apartment in Thane location, around 700 and 900 square feet of carpet area, in Gorbandar Road, either in Anand Nagar or Kasabadali. My budget is around 85, inclusive of taxes, and I've shortlisted Pride Residency. Now, my question is it a good option? And if you can just recommend any other option which is within my budget.
He's shortlisted Pride Residency, is looking at Anand Nagar and Kasarvadavali. Kasarvadavali is quite an interesting location because this is the terminus for the metro line from we know. So 85 lakh rupees budget. What should he do? Should he...
See, I'll tell you, I've broken your question into many parts, and let me tell you how it works. Within 85 lakhs, Godbandha Road, Kasarvadavali, you will get projects, and Thane West. Now, Thane West, the projects are, the size of the apartments are smaller than what you're looking for. 2 BHK in Thane West, you're getting at 600 to about 770 square feet. You're looking at slightly larger apartments, which you should be able to get in Godbandha Road and Kasarvadavali. The other thing is the project that you've looked at, the Pride Residency, it's in Manpada, and you will be able to, it has some ready to move in 1 BHK, but I think the 2 BHK is still under construction, if I'm not mistaken. If that is it, I would say check out the project on the site. You've done your homework. You've actually checked out what is available there, but you can see that these are areas where you will see values rising in the future. These are early stage developments, and there is infrastructure development also happening. So you will see that there is future potential in these areas. And like Kavita said, the proposed metro terminus, which means that future prospects are very good.
Future prospects are good, and Nawaz, for your benefit, we have put up the prices of these markets in Thane up on the screen for you. Manpada over there, where you've identified a property, is averaging around 11,000 rupees per square foot. Prices have gone up 7% in the last 2 years. Kasarvadavali is another market that you were looking at. My team will put it up. There it is. 8,475 rupees per square foot. Prices gone up 5% in the last 2 years. Now, this is priced a little lower than Manpada because, of course, it is further down the Godbandha Road. So, as you go away from the Thane city centre, you are going to see prices coming down a bit. But do remember that these are average prices, which means you could find projects that charge more than this. You could find something that could, if you're lucky enough, you could find something that charges lesser than this as well. Akshay has called in from Thane. A lot of people from Thane today. Go on, Akshay. How can we help you?
Yeah, actually I have booked a property in a project named Raj Taurus of Rajesh Life Spaces 2 months back. The per square feet rate was about 9360, 2 BHK. That's costed me about 1.35. So I just wanted to know how is the future prospect of this project, and how is, because I am looking out for to move in, say about 2 to 3 years later. So how is the developer and how is the project? How will you rate?
Okay, Raj Torres, how is a developer? I believe it's a Rajesh Life Spaces project.
Yes, I don't think you have a problem with the developer here. Good track record to back them up. And the project is going to be ready by about 2019, which means that the next 2-3 years when you want to move in, I think that is about the time that the project is scheduled to come up there. And you said you've spent about 9,300. Today the values that we see for that project is about 9,750 or something like that. So the price of the project will keep going till it is close to delivery, and as the project gets constructed, the values of the project keeps rising. So right now it's in early stages. Another 2-3 years before it's delivered. So I think you're on the right track and it's a good developer. I don't think you should be worried.
You know, considering that we've had back-to-back questions on the Thane market, and this is quite an interesting market, Jayashree, we've seen a lot of infrastructure development already come in. A lot more is in the pipeline. Which are the areas that one should really concentrate on within the Thane market? Would you recommend that, you know, people move a little closer towards the city center where there is some redevelopment happening, there are new projects coming up over there, or should they concentrate on the Godbandha area?
Kavita, it's like this. In fact, today the whole day I've spent checking out that market, doing a recce of that market. It's one of the most exciting markets that I can think of. The city center under redevelopment, so there's inner city redevelopment happening. So there will be stock available there. But as the queries that come to us, I can see that people are looking at newer projects for two reasons. One is that they may be in, the on-site infrastructure is very high quality. There are, all the lifestyle facilities that you can think of, like clubhouses, swimming pools, jogging tracks, things that add to a middle-class lifestyle and give you that slight edge. People seem to be going in for that. The second is that the townships are, there are 3-4 townships there which are doing remarkably well because of the quality of maintenance. Now, the question is, when you go towards the city center, it is, your travel time is less. If you're working in the city, your travel time is less. As you move further out, you'll get more lifestyle features packed in, but your travel time will be a little more. So this is and nobody can answer that for you except you yourself. It's a toss between travel time and lifestyle features.
It's a toss between travel time and lifestyle features, but also this is something that the Thane Municipal Commissioner did tell us, tell Magicbricks Now exclusively, in fact, that Thane will very soon get another railway station which will ease the kind of time that is currently being taken to travel to to Ghodbandar, and that entire stretch. In fact, the travel time will be cut down. So that is something that you can also look to for solace. And on the screen right now, you can see the prop index for Thane. Prices averaging for a ready-to-move-in flat at around 8,187 rupees per square foot. 6,375, if I'm not mistaken, is what is the average price for an under-construction property. Now, there's quite a lot of variation in the prices over there, quite a huge gap.
And these are average prices. Some of the properties are priced even higher. Even within the townships, you'll find some of the properties are priced even higher than this.
Now, this is also a function of the fact that there is a lot of supply coming into the Thane market, right?
Absolutely. There's a lot of supply coming in, and across India, people seem to be going in for ready constructed properties which are ready to move in, which shows that actually it's the end user who's scouting the market and not the investor.
Right. Now, with that, let's move on to our next question, which come in on our website, www.mbnow.in. Amit writes in and asks, which is a better location for a retired life, Dehradun or Panchkula? He says he's looking for row houses in a gated society in Dehradun. His budget is 1.2 crore rupees. He wants property suggestions for the same. Can you buy property in Dehradun if you're not a resident of that particular state?
Constructed property you can buy. Okay. And places like Sahastradhara and so on, where the government has created IT parks, there's a lot of private development coming up. You will be able to get properties in this area. If you're looking for end use and a retired lifestyle, Dehradun is one of the nicest markets that you can live in. The other place that you're looking at, Panchkula, again, it is, close enough to the hills, but not quite in the hills, which is Panchkula. These are both markets that have not yielded huge investment returns, but if you're looking for self-use and a retired lifestyle, I think it's a personal choice, because both these places I see that there is property that's available within your budgets.
Right, but you will have to buy built property. You cannot buy land because you have to be a resident of that particular state to be able to buy land over there. With that, we have Vinay Kankaria, who sent in a question. Now he wants to know, he says he wants to invest in Shobha Indraprastha in Rajaji Nagar, Bangalore. Now, he wants to know what is the ongoing price in the project. He also wants to know about the future prospects of this project.
See, one, you've picked up a developer where, as far as the developer goes, I don't think you have a problem. If you can put up the Rajaji Nagar prices for me, Kavita?
Yeah, can we get the Rajaji Nagar prices on the screen, please? Right, Jayashree, while the team gets the Rajaji Nagar prices up.
You can get 3 to 4 BHK apartments of about 1900 to about 3900 square feet within 2 to 5.5 crore. That is the range in this in Rajaji Nagar. this is a under construction project and is expected to be completed by about March 2018. And it was launched at about 12,600 rupees a square foot in 2014, and currently it is about 13,640, which means that there has been a slight appreciation of prices right now till now, but it's still early stages. 2018 is still far away. So the project is in early stages of development. The groundwork is done and the building work is going on.
Okay, so that's the status of the project, and like Jayashree just told you, you can expect quite a bump up in prices by the time the project actually nears possession. Also considering that the developer is a marquee developer. You know, before we move on to the next question, a lot of people when they go out to buy projects, now there are two schools of thought on this. When you go out to buy a home, one is that you go with a local developer who knows the market, who's been there for a long time, and who's probably a big name in that particular market. But you also have bigger, more established players like say the Shobha, the Hiranandani, the Brigade, etc., who are looking at multiple markets. They are not restricting themselves to one particular state or one particular city. Now, does it make sense to, you know, what would you choose, actually opt for, Jayashree, in a market? Would you go with a developer, a local developer who's very strong, or a bigger, more established player who's just entered the market?
I would go with the developer who has built in that market and knows that market very well. I have seen so many national developers who have moved from their area of comfort and moved to other cities, and very few, I can count on the fingers of one hand how many of them have succeeded in a new market altogether. Property is such a local subject, and the rules and regulations are so local that unless they have a strong local partner there, I haven't seen too many developers succeeding in a new market.
You know, then what happens? Say you have a very strong local partner, which a lot of developers are actually doing these days. They're getting into JVs or JDAs. So they, you know, they're not even buying the land. They're just helping out with the development and the marketing. In that case, then would you go with the market developer over the local guy?
If the local guy has a strong base, I would still go for the local guy. If the new guy is coming in and coming with, you know, it's the marquee contractors that make a difference. If you're going with a Shapurji Palanji or a L&T and so on, you will be able to deliver quality, because the quality of construction cannot change even if you're going to a new city. The second thing is that check out the layouts and so on. Sometimes developers who go with local partners come with phenomenally well laid out projects. That's where the expertise in another market gets translated into the new market. But these are fewer cases. In most cases, I have seen that new developers who are new to a market have not really invested in maybe the contractor or the layout plans and so on. So normally it is there have been delays in those projects.
So if you are looking to go with a marquee developer in a particular market who's just entered the market, then few more things to add to your checklist over there. You need to look at the contractors that the company is getting in, the layouts that are being planned, because if all of this doesn't give you an edge over the local player, you're better off probably investing in the project or buying the home that the local developer is making. A website query next. Nirav says that he plans to buy a property in Applewoods Township. He wants to know the future prospects of the project. He wants to know what kind of appreciation can he expect in 2 to 5 years. This is for end use. He has not told us the location, but I'm sure
it's Bhopal. It's in Ahmedabad, right, and it's Bhopal. Applewoods Estate is a.
You know, before you give this answer, this is something that I would actually request all viewers. When you do send us a query about a particular project, it will be nice if you could tell us the location, the market, because that really helps us give you better answers and better insights over here. Over to you, Jayashree.
Thank you. Applewood Estates is in Bhopal, and it is a ready-to-move-in project. It is offering 2 to 3 BHK apartments, roughly about 1,200 to about 1,800 square feet. You can get a 2 BHK for about 39 to about 45 lakh or so, and a 3 BHK for about 60 to 62 lakh. The project was launched at about 3,300, and right now the current average value is 3,233. But if you're looking as an end user, this is the best time for you to pick up the project, and because you're looking at it to stay in, and it is ready to move in. Remember that the property markets have been slow in the last 2 years, and Ahmedabad has not been a market that has performed very well in terms of investment returns. But you're an end user. If you're looking as an end user, don't apply the investment yardstick to it. If it's comfortable to stay in, the project is complete, you're getting the house to move into, I think you should go and buy if you are satisfied with the quality of development.
But having said that, Jayashree, what are your views on, what is your outlook on the Ahmedabad market? There's quite a lot happening over there. It is a smart city. It will become a smart city eventually. You have the Sabarmati riverfront, which has actually transformed the city. You have the DMIC, which will benefit it. You have a lot that is happening in the market. You have Gift City. Do you see that market actually picking up, becoming an investor's darling?
Kavita, it is like this. The market will rise when there are jobs created there. The Ahmedabad market, though it has infrastructure, it has planning, it has a lot of other things going for it, the number of jobs have not multiplied in that market. And that is, market becomes buoyant when people from outside that city come into the city and start purchasing there, living there, looking for rental housing there. Right now, the demand is mostly local. We haven't seen a lot of external demand coming in. That's why the Ahmedabad market is slow. If Gift City takes off like it is supposed to take off with new job creation, logistics and so on, you will see a lot of bump up in this market. But it will take another, I would say another at least 3 to 5 years. We haven't seen anything underway right now.
So if you're looking to invest in the Ahmedabad market, then you have to be a really, really patient investor over there. But yes, if Gift City does pick up, then you'll see a bump up in prices. Email query next. Samir Deshpande says that he plans to buy a property in Casa Unico by Landmark Real Estate as a second home. Now the property is worth 70 lakh rupees. He wants to know if this is a good investment. Will he get good rental income if he rents it out when he doesn't stay here? Are there better investment options in this area?
Casa Unico is in Karchat. Again, somebody who gives you the name of a project and does not tell you where the, there's a lot of research that goes on before you can figure out which are the projects that they're looking for. It offers studio apartments of 1 and 2 BHK, and these are about 425, 650, that sizes. It goes all the way up to about 1530 square feet, and it's available between 22 lakh and about 66 lakh. That's the range you have. The project is under construction. It is expected to be delivered by about 2017, and we don't see a lot of flats that are available for rent currently. I think unless this area is new, there is not so much stock in the market, which means that if you're looking at it as an investment, its potential is in the future, and if you're looking at it as end use, infrastructure is going to follow in a while. It's not a hot property market yet.
Right now largely serviced by the railway line that terminates over there. So that is one solace that you do have. However, he asked about rentals. Now, do you actually, because a lot of people go to Karjat, and I know this for a fact, that people go to Karjat because it's a picnic spot. It's especially during the monsoons. So you'll probably get some activity around that time, but I don't see somebody actually renting and living in it on a daily basis, on a long-term basis, right?
Tourism is its potential, not a daily use.
So you really have to wait till that market as a whole picks up. Right now, it's a very, very nascent market. That's it on today's episode of Property Hotline. Jayashree, thank you very much for coming in, for answering all those questions. If you have any questions related to real estate, do get in touch with us. And like we told you during the show, do send us complete questions with details of the area, the location. If it's a legal case, send us details of the legal case. We'll get the country's top experts to answer each and every one of your questions. Thank you very much for tuning in. Keep watching Magicbricks Now.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at magicbricksnow. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.